Uh, this is the first class after Eid, and many of the students requested for actually postponing the first class test. So it has been shifted to the next class. I think all of you know about it.
Yes, sir.
Well, chapter 1 already has been done. Today we are going to start chapter 2. This is the random variable. So at the beginning, I will discuss what is the random variable, the kind of the random variable, the kinds of the random variable, and then we will start the chapter 2.1. So let us go. I'm going to present this book. Can you see the book?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Well, uh, before entering the discrete distributions, I have to first discuss what is a random variable. Uh, is there anyone who have any idea about the random variable?
Sir, X like যেরকম random variable.
Actually, though the random means you can take anything, uh, you can take without prior choice. This is called random. But in case of the probabilistic model, random variable refers the different thing. Like I think uh, when we toss the coin, how many outcomes in the coin?
Two, sir.
Two outcomes. One is head, another is tail, right?
Yes, sir.
So you know, in a coin toss, there are two outcomes, head and tail. So we can consider head and tail uh, as a set. Like you can consider a set. This is called S. Let us choose. We are choosing a set. This is what S. This is head and tail. Okay. We know there are only how many elements? Two elements or two outcomes. And also, probability of H equal to probability of T equal to what? Half. Okay. I think all of us you know. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the sample space. This is the probability of those. Now, say you are a captain of a team, and your opponent already called the head. Your opponent called what?
Head.
Head. Now, what is your requirement? To win the toss, there must be a tail for you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In this situation, if you get a tail, your probability of success is 1. If you cannot find a tail, that is, it is head, then your probability is now what?
0.
0. Now, assume initially it was half and half, but according to your requirement, the probability is changing, isn't it? Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Now, definitely you don't know before tossing what actually you need to find. টস শুরু করার আগে তো তুমি জানতা না তোমার কি হেড লাগবে নাকি টেল লাগবে, কি জানতা?
না, স্যার।
তাহলে এটা আমরা টস শুরু আগে জানতাম না। টস করার পরে যখন হেড কল দেওয়া হয়েছে তখন আমি বুঝেছি আমার টেল লাগবে। দ্যাট ইজ উইদিন দ্য ট্রায়াল ইট ইজ র্যান্ডমলি চেঞ্জিং। Within the trial, this is randomly changing. This changing variable is called a random variable. This randomly changing variable is called what?
Random variable.
Random variable. That is, random doesn't refer to find anything. It actually refers that you have a given set, you have certain probabilities, but according to requirement under a trial, the probability will be randomly changed. Your requirement will be randomly changed. Like in a coin, in a dice. How many outcomes in a dice?
6.
6.
Okay. Now, each of them have probability what? 1 by 6, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Say in a stage you have some sort of position such that if you get 2, 3, or 6, you will win the game. If you can get 2, 3, or 6, you will win the game. Okay. Now, what is the probability of your winning? You can see if you get 2, 1 by 6. If you get 3, 1 by 6. If you get 6, 1 by 6. So total what? 3 by 6, right? So what is your winning probability?
3
Half.
by 6.
3 by 6 or half. Say in any other game, this game is over. Say this is over. In other game, mm, if you find a 4, you will win the game. Then probability of winning is what? 1 by 6. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you can see the sample space is fixed. The individual probabilities are also fixed. But this is the game 1. This is the game 2. Game to game, that is trial to trial. You reckon according probabilities also. But
Yes,
I've said game to game, your requirement is changing. So probabilities are also changing. You understand?
sir.
Yes, sir.
This changing variable actually called the random variable, not randomly chosen, but the arrangement or the requirement are randomly changing. মানে তুমি randomly কোথাও থেকে নিয়ে নিবা, ব্যাপারটা এরকম না। ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে তোমার সেটটা ফিক্সড, বাট তোমার রিকোয়ারমেন্টটা randomly চেঞ্জ হবে। কি বুঝতে পেরেছো?
Yes, sir.
So the random variable doesn't refers unknown or unusual selection. Rather, it's selection within a given set, but the requirement may be changing. Okay, let's go in the book. Like it has been said, a rat is selected at random from a case, and sex is determined whether this is male or female. There are only, we know there are only 2 sex, right? Female and
Male, sir.
male. How many natural gender? How many natural gender?
2.
2. How many natural genders? Only 2. What?
Male and female.
Male and female. Once a time you need a male rat. Once a time you recommend is a male rat. You recommend is what?
Male rat.
Male rat. In this condition, if you get a male rat, you will win. That is probability 1. If you get a female rat, what will happen?
I will lose.
You will lose. That is the random selection. Actually, you have both the female and males. Usually they have the probability half, but according to requirement, you will win only if you get a male rat. So its probability is 1, the others have the probability 0. That is a random selection. I think you can understand it easily. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next one. This is the basic definition what I have said. That is a sample space, and x is assigned 1. That is, x is some variable that actually have a probability to take any element. তাহলে x হচ্ছে এমন একটা বিষয় যেটা s থেকে এলিমেন্ট নেওয়া বোঝাবে। x একটা ফাংশন যেটা কি করবে, s থেকে এলিমেন্ট নেওয়া বোঝাবে। কি বোঝাবে? x is a function which assigns with some elements from s. That is the function. Like in a coin toss, there are 2 outcomes. So s is 2 outcomes, head and tail. X is taking any calling any in the toss, like head or tail. Okay. Now, can you tell me, if we want anything which is not within the given set, what will happen? কি হবে বলো তো? যদি আমরা এমন কারো প্রবাবিলিটি ফাইন্ড আউট করতে বলি যেটা ওই সেটে নাই, তখন কি হবে?
0.
0, exactly 0, because it is not possible. The set is given, this is outside of set, so it is not possible. That's why the probability will be 0. You're right. Now, there's an example. Look at this. Let the random experiment be cast of a die. Then the outcome space associated with the sample space. Because we know in a dice throw, we have only how
We
many
have
outcomes?
6.
6 outcomes. Also, I think you know what is the probability of 6 outcomes? Each of them? 1 by 6, right?
1 by 6.
Okay. If you want x equal to 5, what is the probability here? Hmm? 1 by 6. Because each of the sides have the probability what?
1 by 6.
1 by 6. That's why this is 1 by 6. The next one, probability of getting 2 to 5. How many outcomes under your favor? 2 to 5. How many?
So 4 by 6.
4 by 6. Why? Hmm?
Two probabilities.
2 to 6, there are 4 outcomes.
4 outcomes.
4 outcomes. And each of them have the probability 1 by 6. So 4 into 1 by 6, that is 4 by 6. Okay? You understand?
Yes, sir.
Once again, let us come back. X less than or equal to, less than or equal to, that means what? 1 and 2, right? Less than or 2 means 1 and 2. So 2 outcomes in our favor. That's why the probability will be 2 by 6. Probability will be what?
2 by 6.
2 by 6. That is, you can see, according to the requirement, the probability is changing. In the first case, we need only 5, so probability is 1 by 6. In second case, we have in our favor 2 to 5, so 4 outcomes, 4 by 6, then 2 outcomes, 2 by 6. So, in the same sample space with the same probabilities, according to the requirement, the probabilities are changing. Okay. These are the user-defined probabilities. Actually, not user-defined. There is a random experiments, like some games. This is for the first game. This is for the second game. This is for the third game. So, to game, your requirement is changing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Uh, Here now we're going to differentiate in the random variables. Random variables can be classified in two types. How many types?
Two types.
Two types. If you can count the outcomes, these are called a discrete type, like coin toss. You can count how many heads, how many tails. The dice throw, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use CGPA, you can count 3.1, 3.4, 3.45, 3.9. You can count, right?
Yes,
These
sir.
countable random variables are called the discrete type, and the probability distribution for this discrete type is called a discrete distribution. Probability distribution of this discrete type is called what? Discrete distribution. Discrete distribution.
Distribution.
And if you cannot count any variable, but you can measure. Okay, you cannot count, but you can measure. Like you cannot count the amount of water. Can you count amount of water? I think no. Can you count it? You can measure. This is one.
No, sir, we can measure it.
We should measure it. So this is called continuous type. Like time, you cannot actually count the time because time is continuously changing. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So you cannot count the time. Though we are counting 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, but they are not actually discrete. They are continuously moving. Okay, like a bird is flying. You cannot say the bird at a certain position. It is flying continuously, right? So the distance occupied by a bird actually continuous type. So they are the continuous random variables, and their probability distributions are called continuous distributions. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
But in chapter 2, we'll study the discrete type only. Sometimes here you can see the probabilities are given with certain definite outcomes, right? The events are described and we are getting the probabilities directly. But sometimes you can see the probabilities are not given, but a function is given, like fx equal to something. You can find any variable fx is something. Like say fx equal to x cubed by 3. Okay, this is a probability of random variable. If you put some the values of x, you'll get the corresponding probabilities. So you can see the event is not given, but a function is given which can define how we can find the probabilities. Okay, can you see any event there? I think no. Is there an event? Asif, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I have written fx equal to x cubed by 3. Definitely event is absent, whether the probability function is present, right?
Yes, sir.
In this situation, the function is called PMF, probability mass function.
For the mass function.
In case of discrete functions, this is PMF. And in case of the continuous function, it will be PDF, probability density function. But now we will study only the PMF, probability mass function. So fx actually indicates this. Fx is the probability function such that the value of x is x. This is called probability mass function. Here, capital X is the variable, declared variable. What is the capital X?
Very
declared
good.
variable.
The declared
And
variable.
what is small x? What is the small x? Input. Okay, so capital letters are the declared variable and the small letters are the inputs. Okay, do you understand? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now let fx is the PMF, that is probability mass function of a described random variable x, then it will satisfy the certain conditions. First of all, the probabilities are positive. Second, the total probability will be 1, we know this. And let A is any event within the given sample space. Then its probability is the probability of the sum. Like we can remember, here you can see, say, here A is what? A is between 2 to 5. So how many outcomes? Four outcomes, right? How many
Yes, sir.
outcomes?
4
Four
outcomes.
And we have taken the sum of those 4 outcomes, right? Probability of the sum of 4 outcomes. So it is saying here, if you have some outcomes within a given set, so the probability of this set must be the sum of the probability of the elements. তাহলে এই সেটের মধ্যে যতগুলো এলিমেন্ট থাকবে সবগুলোর কি করবা? প্রবাবিলিটি সাম করবা। কি করবা?
Probability sum করব।
That will be the probability of this set. And this is what I have said, if any element not within the set, its probability automatically what? 0. Its probability automatically
0.
0. Now another thing. Cumulative probability distribution or cumulative distribution function. What is the cumulative? Is there anyone who know the meaning of the cumulative? cumulative জানো না? ক্রমযোজিত, ওকে, এটা যোগে আসে, হ্যাঁ, বুঝতে পেরেছো?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if anyone say probability of x less than equal 3, so the probability is the sum of x equal to 0, x equal to 1, if x equal to 0 exists, x is 0, 1, 2, 3, right? This what probability of x equal to, say, 0 is present. If 0 is not present, then we will avoid 0. Am I right? This is so the sum of the probabilities up to 3. This is what? Sum of the probabilities up to what? 3. Up to what?
3.
3. This is called the capital F of 3. This means the same. That is, this is called a cumulative distribution function. That is cumulatively adding the probabilities. So if anyone say the probabilities this f of 3, that is you have to add the probabilities up to what? 3. Okay. If anyone say that this is the cumulative distribution function is refers as CDF. What is this? CDF. What is this? Hello?
Yes.
This is CDF. So CDF indicates the sum of the probabilities up to the given value. So this is the value 3. So CDF of 3, actually the sum of the probabilities up to what? 3.
Given
up to
value.
what? up to 3. Like if I say in a dice throw, CDF F3, that is what? Probability. Since in the dice you have only 1 to 6, so 0 is not included. That is what? Probability of x less than equal to what? 2, am I right? So this is what? Probability of x equal to 1 and what? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in this situation, the CDF indicates up to the given value from the minimum value. You can see here written the CDF fx is the probability of x less than equal to x here given this. What is the given this? Minus infinity to plus infinity, right? But I want to say, please don't be confused. This minus infinity means minimum value and plus infinity means what?
Maximum value.
Maximum value. So don't be confused with it, because the value before the minimum value has the probability 0. Also the value having the maximum value has the probability what? 0. Like in a dice, before 1 probability is 0 and after 6 1 second probability what? 0. Before 6 0, sorry, before 1 0, after 6 1 second probability 0. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now we are going to start the distribution calculation. In the chapter 1.1 we have learned that there is a distribution, there are some events which have the equal probabilities. Some sort of functions or some sort of events, they have the outcomes with the equal probabilities, and those probabilities under a distribution is called what? Uniform distribution. That is uniformly distributed because all of the outcomes have the probability 1 by 6. 1 by total outcome. Like in a dice, each of them have the probability 1 by 6, right?
Yes, sir.
Also, we can consider if we have any a deck of playing cards, there are how many outcomes?
52.
So it have the probability what? Each of the card have the probability 1 by 52. Similarly, in a coin, how many outcomes?
2.
So what is the probability of these sides?
Half.
Half. So if there are m outcomes, the probability will be 1 by m. This is the uniform distribution. Be careful. Every distribution will not have the probability 1 by m. This is only possible if they are equally distributed. That is uniform distribution. This is only valid for what? Uniform distribution. That is valid for what?
Uniform distribution.
Uniform distribution. Now we want to know the probability of CDF of uniform distribution. How many outcomes here? I have said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Say if I have the probability before 1, I am taking you can see the PDF of all of them. What is the P of X? All of them have the probability what?
1.
1 by 6. Okay. Now we are going to find the CDF fx. You can see before entering 1, its probability not yet started, right? সেটা এখন ইন করি নাই, তাহলে probability কত হবে?
0.
0. So probability is 0 if we not all started yet, so before 1. Now if we're going through probability of say 1, so we got one element, this is 1, right? So probability is 1 by 6. if you go to 2, how many elements we are now completed? 2 elements, right? How many elements?
Yes, sir. Two elements.
So 2 by 6. Then let us choose we have completed 3 elements. So what will be the probabilities now? 3 by 6, am I right?
Yes, sir.
So if we can find k number of elements, how many elements? If we occupy 1 element, this is 1 by 6. Occupy 2 elements, 2 by 6. So occupy 3 by k elements. So what will be the probability? K by m, right?
Yes, sir.
K by m. Now say it occupied all 6 elements, k6, f6. So what will happen? 6 by 6 is equal to what?
1.
1. So when the full set is occupied, the probability is 1. Now what will happen if we want the 7? Is the 7 in our set?
No, sir.
So what will happen? Probability of 7. You can say what will happen? Any idea?
0.
No. It is successively added. So 1 plus 0 equal to what?
1.
That's why PDF outside the set, PDF will be 0. Outside the set, PDF will be 0. But CDF will remain the same at the boundary. মানে PDF এর ক্ষেত্রে এটা 0 হবে সেটের বাইরে, আর CDF এর ক্ষেত্রে আগে যেটা ছিল তার সাথে যোগ হয়ে যা থাকবে সেটাই বসে থাকবে। তো আগে তো 1 ছিল, 1 এর সাথে যাই যোগ হোক কত থাকবে? 1 থাকবে না? থাকবে কিনা?
Yes, sir.
Hello. That's why when the x completed a number of n, it will 1, and it doesn't matter how many we want outside the set in 1. ধরো আমি তোমাকে একটু বাংলা সোজা কথা বলি। তুমি টাকা জমাচ্ছিলে, তোমার বাসায় 100 টাকা জমা হয়েছে। কত টাকা জমা হয়েছে?
100.
পরে 3 দিন তোমার কোনো ইনকাম নাই, তাহলে ইন্ডিভিজুয়ালি ওই 3 দিনের ইনকাম 0। ইন্ডিভিজুয়ালি ওই 3 দিনের ইনকাম কত?
0.
0। কিন্তু তোমাকে যদি সাম বলে, সাম কি আর তুমি 0 বলবা?
No, sir.
ওই আগের 100টা হিসাব করে বলবা না?
Yes, sir.
পিডিএফ আর সিডিএফ সম্পর্কটা এরকম। পিডিএফ মানে ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল আর সিডিএফ মানে সাম, যার জন্য আউটসাইড অফ দ্য সেট, আফটার কমপ্লিটিং দ্য সেট, পিডিএফটা 0 বাট সিডিএফটা 1 কন্টিনিউ করবে। কি করবে সে?
1 continue করবে।
1 কন্টিনিউ করবে। ওকে, আমরা এখানে আরো एग्जांपल দেখব নেক্সট। নাও লেটস কাম। This is example 2.1.3. I want to visualize this. So try to understand this because similar math will be given as homework. Roll a fair 4-sided die twice. That is একটা আমরা সংখ্যাকে কয়বার নিক্ষেপ করব? 2 times. 2 times. But it has 4-sided. So 4-sided dice 2 times. How many outcomes there? 16. Okay. And x be the maximum of 2 outcomes. So what is our target? Maximum of 2 outcomes. So our target is find the maximum. Find the maximum, and this is the question, and next part of the question will be find the PMF. What is the PMF? Actually there will not be given, এগুলো দেওয়া থাকবে না, এগুলো তোমাকে হিসাব করতে হবে। তাহলে কিভাবে করবা আমি সেটাই দেখাচ্ছি। ওকে, কিভাবে ফাইন্ড আউট করতে হয়, এখানে 4টা বিষয় ফাইন্ড আউট করতে হবে, সেগুলো আমি তোমাদের দেখাচ্ছি। So come, since this is the 4-sided dice, so we'll take this 4, right? 4-sided outcome. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll target the maximum. You can see one is maximum when only one. You can see in one is maximum, right?
Yes, sir.
So 1 is maximum only one place. Now 2 will be maximum if there is 1 and 2. You can see if 1 and 2, then 2 is maximum. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise 2 cannot be maximum. Am I right? So 1 is maximum only if there is 1, and 2 is maximum for these 3 outcomes. Now you can see 3 is maximum. Where 3 is maximum? In those outcomes 3 is maximum, right? And 4 is maximum in those events, right? Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Now, in how many events 1 is maximum? Sorry, how many outcomes? I think 1. How many?
1.
X equal to 1. That is 1 is maximum at only one time. So probability 1 by 16. Now x equal to 2. How many times 2 is maximum? How many times? 3 times. How many times?
3 times.
2 times. So 3 by 16. And probability x equal to 3. How many times 3 is maximum? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times. Finally, how many times 4 is maximum?
7 times.
7 times. So this is the first part of the answer. You have to answer 4 things. Number 1, find the probabilities. This is the first part. Then find the PMF. Then draw the line graph and histogram. How can you find the PMF? Now there are 2 systems or 2 ways to find the PMF. Basically 3, but in this chapter we will consider 2. First one, if you can see the probabilities are increasing. The probabilities are increasing or decreasing in the same rate. You can find that is the difference is 2 by 16 for everyone. প্রত্যেকের জন্য ব্যবধান কত? 2 by 16 না?
Yes, sir.
That is it is increasing in the same rate. It is increasing in the
Same rate.
same rate. Also sometimes it may happen decreasing the same rate. Like if I have taken the maximum, but if I take the minimum, I can see 4 is minimum only here, right? 4 is minimum only here. 3 is minimum 3 cases. 2 is minimum 5 cases. 1 is minimum how many cases? That is in
7.
maximum 4 will 7, but in minimum 1 is 7, right?
Yes, sir.
So in the maximum case I can get, sorry, in the minimum case I can get the opposite. Now it is increasing, but in the minimum case it will be decreasing. So in case of the minimum and increasing and decreasing in the same rate, you have to follow this formula. You have to follow what formula? P of x minus, say, you can write f of x now. Like f of x minus any of the probabilities. Let us choose p of x equal to x1. Say you can take anyone, x1 divided by p of x equal to x2 minus p of x equal to x1. Their inputs, so they should be small letter, is equal to x minus x1, x2 minus x1. Please write the formula. This is the
Minus
formula.
p at x equal to x1.
Small x1. Actually, they are small. This inputs are always small. Okay. Now we should find, what should we find here? You can choose any two. Let us choose this is and this is. Okay. I'm choosing this is as x1, this is as x2. So what can I write? What can I write here? Fx. What is the probability of the x1? What is the probability of x1? 1 by 16. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
1 by 16.
Oh, this is minus. Sorry. 1 by 16 divided by. I have taken this is 7 by 16. So 7 by 16 minus 1 by 16, and x minus, I have taken x1 equal to 1 and 4 minus 1. This is the formula. You can see if I put multiply each of the sides with say 16, so I get 16 fx minus 1 divided by 6 is equal to x minus 1 by 3. So after the calculation, I think you can do the calculation. Divide 3 with 6, you get fx is equal to twice x minus 1 divided by 16. That will be the formula after the calculation. But you have to write what is the values of the x. What are the values of x for us? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you get it, you should verify. We have used this and this. We will verify for any of them. Let we put x equal to 2. X equal to 2. Please put here x equal to 2. What can we find?
3 by 16.
3 by 16. Is it really 3 by 16? Oh, yes, right? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So if you can find the rest of the elements, at least any one, then your formula is okay. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Then we have to find two graphs. One is called line graph, another is called histogram. How can we find this? I'm going to show. I think you can remember the probability of 1 was 1 by 6, 2 was 2 by 6, 3 by 6, then 5 by 6, then 7 by 6. Can you remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First, we'll find this is x, this is fx, okay? No, this is not fx. F is the function, but probability is px. F is the function, but probability is what? So I have the elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you understand? What is the probability of 1? 1 by 16. Then say 3 by 16. Approximate, actually, we cannot find the exact. Then 5 by 16, and finally what?
7 by 16.
If you join them by line, and joining them by lines, they are called a line graph. If we join them by line, they are called what?
Line graph.
Line graphs. Well, the length of the lines are the probabilities. The length of the lines is what?
The probability.
Probabilities. Then another graph is required. It's called histogram. Histogram. To find the histogram, first we have to do some basic works. Actually, this is the middle point. So each of the side will be extended, right? This side should be what? Extended. We have taken the boundaries at the middle. We have taken the boundaries of the middle. Then we can sketch some rectangular boxes. Height of those rectangular boxes are the probabilities. What I have said? Height of the rectangular boxes are what? They are called histogram. This is called histogram. So if you have different color, you can sketch the histogram and line graph the same graph. But if you haven't the color pens, you have to sketch them separately. Do you understand what I have said? কি বুঝতে পেরেছো কি বলেছি?
কিছু ডিফারেন্ট কালার দিয়ে কি বক্স প্লাই করে দেবো।
রাইট, ডিফারেন্ট কালার যদি থাকে, আমি যদি বুঝতে পারি যে তুমি এভাবে করেছো, ওকে, ইউ ক্যান ডু দিস। বাট if you haven't the different color pen, please sketch them separately, because if I cannot
তার কানেকশন কি চলে গেল?
hello,
শোনা যাচ্ছে না।
electricity has gone. I have connected through the mobile now. Now can you see? Okay, so in this math, how many parts in total? 4 parts. How many parts?
4 parts.
Number 1, finding the probabilities. Number 2,
PMF.
find the PMF. Then line graph and histogram. In total there are 4 parts in this map. Do you understand? Okay, so this is how you can find. Have you written this formula?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moreover, I will provide those lecture sheets in my group and Google Drive. No problem at all. Can you see what we have found? The line graph and probability histogram. What we have drawn here. Look at this, the line graph and probability histogram. Can you see? Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us do some work once again. Say, in a village, we can see let us say 1,000 people. How many people?
1,000 people.
1,000 people. Out of them, say 510 are the male and 490 say they are female and they are male. Okay, 510 are male and 490 are the females. We need to form a committee. We need to form a committee with say 50 people. How many people should be included in the committee? 50 people. Let us choose. We'll try to find 30 males. How many males?
30 males.
So how many people, how many females should be taken?
20.
20. Okay. So you can see there are the total people. They're classified in 2 subsets, and we have to select a final form or a final committee or final team or anything, final class cell. And from both of the sides, both of the subsets, we have to take a certain number of elements. This distribution, how can we classify? Let us choose. So from 510, we have to choose how many females? 20, right?
20, sir.
And from the 490, how many? 30. No one can be give enough. So and relation. And means product. And means what? Product. Divided by in total out of 1,000. How can we find 50? This is okay. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This is called hypergeometric distribution. These type of properties are called hypergeometric distribution. So what is the basic of the hypergeometric distribution? In hypergeometric distribution, let us choose there are total n elements. How many elements?
N elements.
They are classified in two categories, n1 and n2. And from those, we have to select small n of elements. How many elements?
Small n.
Whereas from the first n1, we must to select n x elements. So how many elements from the next class? Definitely n minus x, right?
Yes, sir.
Always we try to take n1 as the target. In this system, always they are n1 in the under the target, and here they are not replaceable. In this case, probability of x equal to x is from the first n1 we should take x, and from n2 we should take what? N minus x. And in total situation from the capital N, we have to find how many elements?
Small n.
This is called hypergeometric distribution. Your target is always n1. তোমার টার্গেট অলওয়েজ কি থাকবে?
n1.
তাহলে প্রথমে দেখে নিবা তোমার টার্গেট কি, তাকে n1 সেট করবা, তাহলে অন্যগুলা কিসে যাবে? n2 তে যাবে। তোমার টার্গেট অলওয়েজ n1 এ আসবে, তাহলে অন্যগুলা কিসে যাবে?
n2 তে।
n2 তে যাবে। বাট ওয়ান থিং, দিস ইজ নট রিপ্লেসেবল। দ্যাট ইজ তুমি এগুলো রিপ্লেস করতে পারবা না। কাউকে যদি তুমি নিয়ে নাও সেটা ফিক্সড, এটাকে আর কি করা যাবে না?
চেঞ্জ করা যাবে।
করা যাবে না।
নো চেঞ্জ না, রিপ্লেস করা যাবে না। চেঞ্জ আলাদা বিষয়,
রিপ্লেস করা যাবে না।
রিপ্লেস করা যাবে না, মনে রেখো। সো বেসিকটা বলে ফেলেছি, নিজেরা পড়লে বুঝতে পারবা। দ্যাট ইজ দ্য সিস্টেম। আই এম গোইং টু গিভ অ্যান এক্সাম্পল হিয়ার, নাম্বার 5 here. In a small pond, there are 50 fish. So how many total fishes here? 50, am I right? 10 of them has been tagged. I don't know still 10 is target or not, so I am waiting. If a fisherman catch consists of 7 fish selected, সে কয়টা ধরেছে? 7 random and without replacement. 7 selected, elected, chosen, taken, that means small n. Small n কখন কখন হয়? Selected, elected, chosen, taken. ওকে, মানে নিয়ে নেওয়া হয়েছে এরকম বুঝালেই সেটা কি হবে? স্মল n. ওকে, হ্যালো?
Yes, sir.
Now x denote the tagged fish, so target is tagged, so 10 is tagged. Target is tagged, so 10 this. So which is non-tagged? How many non-tagged? 40?
Yes, sir.
Find the probability exactly 2 tags. So what is our target? X equal to what? 2, right?
Yes, sir.
So out of the 10 tagged fish, we have to take 2, and from 40 non-tagged, we have to take 5. In total, out of 50, we have to take 5. That is, you can write directly that there is the probability. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Again, another math. A lot, that is a collection of samples, constitute 100 fuses. This is what? N, right? N is what, so? 100. It is inspected by the following procedure. 5 fuses are chosen, so n is 5. N is what? 5. Please talk. And test it. If all 5 blow the correct amperes, what is we want? Correct amperes, right? But still we don't know what is x. আমরা কারেক্ট amperes চাই, কিন্তু আমরা কি জানি এখনো যে আমাদের x টা কি? Hello.
No, sir.
So we have to read. Suppose that it contains 20 defective bulbs. 20 defective. So 80 correct amperes, right? 20 defective. So what correct amperes? 80. What correct amperes? 80.
Sir,
Okay.
80.
X equal to the X is the number of variable equal to the number of defective fuses. So X is defective. X যদি ডিফেক্টিভ হয় তাহলে n1 এর ডিফেক্টিভ যাবে। n1 ডিফেক্টিভ কয়টা? 20 কয়টা?
20.
n2 কত? 80. Now our target x is 0. Why 0 is set all correct amperes. That means সে ডিফেক্টিভ একটাও নেবে না। ডিফেক্টিভ যদি সে একটাও না নেয় তাহলে কি হবে? x এ কত হবে? 0 হবে না?
0 হবে।
No defective. That is out of 20 no 1, but out of 80 all 5. Divided by out of 100 all 5. That is the probability. তার ডিফেক্টিভ একটাও নেবে না। আসলে ডিফেক্টিভ যে সে দুই একটা নিতে রাজি হয় তাহলে হবে এরকম, দেখো। সে ডিফেক্টিভ যদি x সংখ্যক নিতে রাজি হয় তাহলে এরকম হবে না? কি বলো?
Yes, sir.
0, that is no defective will take 1, it will take 1 defective. তাহলে এটা হচ্ছে
One
জেনারেল
defective.
রুল। বাট এটা ছিল এরকম, যদি কোনো ডিফেক্টিভ না নেয় এরকম হবে 20 থেকে একটাও না, 80 থেকে 5টাই এবং ডিভাইড বাই টোটাল এভাবে হিসাব হবে। বুঝতে পেরেছো?
Yes, sir. মোটামুটি।
এগুলো বাসায় প্র্যাকটিস করতে হবে। the math the dice problem once again. তাহলে আমাকে এটা রিস্টার্ট করতে হবে। কি বলছে ডাইস প্রবলেমে? A four-sided die with outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4 roll twice. Once again roll twice. So once again total outcome 16, right? Let x equal to the sum of two outcomes. Now not maximum, not minimum. This is now sum. Then the possible outcomes আমরা এখান থেকে না, আমরা এই দূর থেকে পড়বো, তারপর আবার সেই সেম কোশ্চেন, probabilities, PMF, then line graph, histogram. Okay, so আমরা এখন তাহলে আবার সেই স্যাম্পলে চলে যাব। Without sample actually you cannot do this. You can try but definitely you cannot do.
স্যাম্পলটাকে আপনি আপলোড করে দিয়েছিলেন?
Yes, but in exam you have to write the sample space. এখনো এটা আপলোড করি নাই, আজকে করব। স্যাম্পল স্পেস আপলোড করা আছে। Now let us try. If we take the sum, you can see at 1 and 1 the sum is 2. Am I right? 1 and 1 sum is 2, and 4 and 4 sum is what? Here the sum is 2, and here sum is what? 8. Am I right? 7, 6, 5, 7, 6, 5, 4. Can you see the sum? 6, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3. Now you can see. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Minimum is 2. Maximum is what?
8.
8. So 2 1 times, 3 2 times, 4 times, 3 times, 5. How many times?
4 times.
Okay. So we got, now help me. P of x equal to 2. Here 1 is not in your hand, so it will be 1 times, right? 1 time, 1 by 16. Then x equal to 3 is what? 2 times, right?
2 by 6.
Then x equal to 4.
2
How
by
many
6.
times?
3 by 16.
3 by 16. Then x equal to 5. 4 by 16. Then it is going down. X equal to 6. 3 by 16. X equal to 7. 2 by 16. And x equal to 8. What?
1 by 16.
Now you can see this is going, it is increasing then decreasing, right? Increasing then decreasing. And you can see there is a maximum outcome. Can you see? There is a maximum outcome. For which value? 5. So you can see this is going increasing, and at x equal to 5 this is highest and then going decreasing. Can you see? That is, if I, hello,
Yes, sir.
now if I show this is as a line graph, you can see there is a triangle will be formed, like at x equal to 2. Oh, it will x equal to 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 by 16, 2 by 16, 3 by 16, 4 by 16. Then going down 1 second, right? 3 by 16, 2 by 16, then 1 by 16. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
This is like a triangle with a maximum point, right? Also, in some cases, the sum. In some cases, you will see something going down. Anyway, this is going up. In this case, you will have the probability function have a certain formula fx is equal to y extreme. Y extreme. Extreme means maximum or minimum. Extreme means what? Maximum or
minimum.
plus minus x minus x extreme. Please write the formula divided by m. Now you can ask me what actually the meaning of those. Here, in our case, y extreme, that is the maximum value of x. What is the maximum value of y? 4, right? M is total outcome. M is total outcome. What is the total outcome in our case? 16. Am I right? What is the total outcome?
Yes, sir.
Yx is the maximum or minimum. We have maximum 4 outcomes. How many outcomes? Maximum 4. 4. Then plus or minus. If you have a downward trend, then it will be minus. You can see this downward trend, right? Which trend?
Downward.
Downward trend. In case of a downward trend, it will be minus. It will what? Minus x minus x extreme. For which value we get the, okay? So y extreme at x equal to 5. So 5 will be the x extreme, right?
Yes, sir.
That is the result. Now you have to find what is you have to write what is the value. X equal to 2, 3 up to 8. But we have to make a check. আমরা চেক করে দেখব এটা ঠিক আছে কিনা। ওকে, আমরা এখানে একটু 6টা ইনপুট দিই। প্লিজ একটু 6 ইনপুট দাও তো এখানে। 6 minus 5 is 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. Isn't it? Okay. এখন প্রশ্ন হচ্ছে কখন এখানে প্লাস হইতে পারে? কোশ্চেন জাগে না?
আপওয়ার্ড গেলে প্লাস হবে না?
যদি গ্রাফটা এরকম হতো, দেখো গ্রাফটা যদি এরকম হতো যে এটা তাহলে ব্যাপারটা কেমন? এখানে এক্সট্রিম ভ্যালুটা হচ্ছে মিনিমাম, এখানে এক্সট্রিম ভ্যালুটা কি? মিনিমাম। সে 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, ঠিক আছে? তাহলে 3টা একটা মিনিমাম পাচ্ছি না আমরা?
জি স্যার।
আমি ধরলাম মিনিমাম হচ্ছে 1, মিনিমামটা হচ্ছে 1, আর আমি ধরছি এখানের মধ্যে 5টা আউটকাম আছে। তাহলে এখানে fx কত হবে? 1 মিনিমাম প্লাস x মাইনাস কিসের জন্য মিনিমাম? 3 এর জন্য মিনিমাম না? রিলেটেড টোটাল আউটকাম কত? 5 না? বুঝতে পেরেছো? তাহলে এটা আপওয়ার্ড ট্রেন্ড হয় তাহলে হবে প্লাস, আর যদি ডাউনওয়ার্ড ট্রেন্ড হয় তাহলে কি হবে? আপওয়ার্ড ট্রেন্ড হলে প্লাস, এন্ড ডাউনওয়ার্ড ট্রেন্ড হলে কি হবে?
মাইনাস।
Minus. This is downward trend, so minus, and this is upward trend, so plus. So that is the formula. এখন তুমি এখানে লাইন গ্রাফ গুলো তো আঁকছো, ভালো করে জয়েন করাই দাও, তাহলে তোমার কাজ হয়ে গেল। লাইন গ্রাফ আমাদের বাঁকা হয়ে যাচ্ছে, তোমরা স্কেল দিয়ে একবার যাতে সোজা হয়। ওকে, দেন সিমিলার হিস্টোগ্রাম গুলো এঁকে নিতে পারো, হিস্টোগ্রাম গুলো সিমিলার এঁকে নিবা। এই বুঝা গেছে বিষয়টা? হ্যালো,
Yes, sir.
বার প্র্যাকটিস করতে হবে, নাহলে কিন্তু ভুলে যাবা। বি কেয়ারফুল।
সিটি মেকিং আছে।
Then exercise. What we will practice from the exercise? We'll practice from the exercise number 1, 3. We will not get enough time to do today. I will do this math in the next class. 3, 5. B দরকার নাই। A and C, then 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14. So how many maths?
10 maths.
10 maths. Okay, I'll do some, we'll give some homework, and 3 will be done in the next class. Okay, first I will give you instruction how to do the homeworks, then I'll go to the next to the maths. Okay, I want to give 1, 5, 9 as homework directly, because each of them already fx given. If you can see already, but
Similar to
But-
examples.
fx already given, right? Can you see?
Yes.
fx already given. just you have to input the values. Like here you have to input x equal to 2, 3, 4. Then if you put x equal to 2, 3, 4, definitely you will get some probabilities. Okay, like if you put here x equal to 2, it is 2 by 9. If you put 3, 3 by 9. If you put 4, 4, it is 4 by 9. So definitely you will get some probabilities, right? Okay. Then just using the probabilities, draw the line graph and histogram, nothing else. All three maths are same. Input x equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, get the probabilities, then draw the line graph and histogram, nothing extra here. So I'm going to give them homework. Similar here. Just put x equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll get only line graph is asked, but I asked you to find also the histogram. Do you understand those maths? Okay, বুঝতে পারছো? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now next. Number 6. Number 6, actually, what I have done in example, exactly same. Look at this. Let random experiment be cast in a pair dice having 6 faces and the sum. Already the last math we did it, right? What is the difference? Do exactly same what I have done in example 7, but the difference is we solve with 4 sides, but here how many sides?
6 faces.
6 sides, nothing else. তাহলে আমরা 4 সাইডের জন্য করেছি, তোমরা 6 সাইডের জন্য করবা, আর কোনো পার্থক্য নাই। ঠিক আছে, একদম সেম। আমার মিনিমাম ছিল 2, তোমারও মিনিমাম 2 হবে। আমার ম্যাক্সিমাম ছিল 8, তোমার ম্যাক্সিমাম কত হবে? 12। কত হবে? 12। প্রবাবিলিটি গুলো নিবা, দেন তুমি এই ধরনের একটা গ্রাফ পাবা। সরি, ঝামেলা করে এবার পুরোটাই চলে গেছে। কেমন লাগে বলো তো? ম্যাক্সিমাম হবে 12, তাহলে তুমি এখানের মধ্যে এই ধরনের একটা গ্রাফ পাবা। গ্রাফ যদি স্কেচ করো এই ধরনের একটা গ্রাফ পাবা। এই এটা হবে তোমার 6 টাইমস আসবে x equal to 7 এর জন্য। 6 টাইম কার জন্য আসবে? x equal to 7 এর জন্য। কার জন্য? 6 times. That is, you will get p of x equal to 7 is 6 by 36. Do you understand? Okay. তখন তোমার fx হবে এরকম, the fx is equal to 6 minus 6 যেহেতু হাইস্ট আছে এখানে 6 minus x x এক্সট্রিম হচ্ছে 7 পজিশনে, ডিভাইড বাই টোটাল আউটকামস হচ্ছে 36। বুঝতে পেরেছো? হ্যালো,
Yes, sir.
এটা তোমরা যেটা করবা। দেন নাম্বার 7, আমরা এক্সাম্পল এই ধরনের মেথড করেছি অলরেডি। We have done this for maximum, but you have to find a minimum. Already I have shown how to find a minimum. Can you remember? I 4 সাইডের জন্য মিনিমাম কিন্তু দেখিয়ে দিয়েছি, দেখেছি না?
জি স্যার।
ওটা তোমরা করবা। I have solved for increasing function. You will get the decreasing function. So try them at home. And let me know in the next class if you have any problem. Do what exactly I have done. First find the probabilities, then the PMF, then the line graph, and finally the histogram. I'm going to do these 4 maths. 10, 11, 13, 14. I have only 13 minutes, so I'll go fast. Suppose there are 3 defective items in a lot of 50 items. So n is 50. Okay, I write in lecture sheet now. So how many elements now here? 50. And 3 is defective. So definitely 47 not defective. 10 has to be taken. And our target is X denote the number of defective. Our target is defective. So first I will write the information. Then I will start the math. It is 10. So here total number was 50. Defective was 3. So what is not defective? Can you tell me? 47. And n is 10 because we have to take 10 elements. How many elements?
10 elements.
Okay. It said the first question exactly one defective element. The first question exactly one defective element, and second question at most one defective element. So how can we find? How can we find it? Exactly one and at most one. Can you differentiate them? Exactly one, actually probability of x equal to 1, right? That is, from 3 items, 3 defective items, you can take 1. And from 47, you can take 9 elements because in total 10, right? Divided by out of 50, you have take what? Am I right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Then use your calculator to do the next. Then at most 2 means at most 1 means x less than or equal to 1. At most সর্বোচ্চ 1 less than or equal, that is p of x equal to 0 and p of x equal to what? Do you understand? Hello?
जी सर.
Yes, sir.
So out of 3 elements, you cannot take any one because x equal to 0. And you have to take all elements from what? All elements from 47, right? Or means what? In probability or means what? Sum, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? Calculation is yours. Now the next question. Do you understand it? বুঝতে পেরেছো এটা?
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
Good. The next one. I'll give the hints. You have to do the math in your script. A lot of collection of 100 bulbs. So n is 100, right? 5 defective. So n1 is what? 5. So n2 is what? 95. An inspector inspects 10 bulbs. So what is the selection? 10, right? Hello?
जी sir.
Find the probability for finding at least one defective bulbs. That is probability at least one. At most means less than greater than less than equal, and at least means greater than equal. Oh, it's so tough because at least means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 all. Just use what? Complement. Just use what?
Supplement.
Complement. This is complement. So this is what? 1 minus from 5 will not take any one, and from 95 will take what? All 10. So 95 will take what? Hello?
Yes, sir.
95 will take all 10. Divided by 100 C10. That is the system. I think you can use the calculator directly to find the solution. I will accept it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is the math for you. A professor gave her students 6 essay questions. So how many total questions? 6.
6 essay questions.
From which she will select 3 questions. মানে তোমার পরীক্ষায় তাহলে কয়টা কোশ্চেন আসবে? 3টা।
Three.
A student has time to study only 3 questions. কি অবস্থা? সে মাত্র 3টা কোশ্চেন পড়বে। তাহলে সে কয়টা পড়বে না?
3টা পড়বে না।
কি অবস্থা না? 6টা কোশ্চেন দেওয়া হয়েছে তার মধ্যে সে 3টাই পড়বে না। মারাত্মক অবস্থা। Okay. What is the probability that the questions studied at least one selected for the test? মানে পরীক্ষায় তার পড়া থেকে অন্তত একটা আসছে। তো একটা আসছে মানে কি? এটা অনেক ঝামেলা না? তাহলে আমরা এখানে কি করে দেব? এটাই করব না?
জি স্যার।
তোমার কাজ, এটা তোমার কাজ। All 3 selected. Oh, what a lucky. 3টা পড়ছে 3টাই চলে আসছে, তাই না?
জি স্যার।
Exactly 2 selected. তার মানে কি? ক্যালকুলেশন নিজে করবা। এটা প্রশ্ন আউট হইছে। I guess. Question out, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do the calculations by yourself. Now the final for today, the last one. তুমি যদি মনে করো শুধু বাংলাদেশের সুপারমার্কেটে চুরি হয় তাহলে ভুল। ইউএসএ তো চুরি হয়, ওজনে কম দেয়। এখন আমরা সেটা দেখব। Often in buying a product at a supermarket, there is a concern about the item being underweight. মানে রিস্ক আছে। কিসের রিস্ক? Underweight, right? Suppose there are 21 pound packages. তাহলে n equal to what? 20, right?
Yes, sir. Right.
Of frozen ground turkey in display, মানে যে টার্কি গুলো ঝুলে আসছে ডিসপ্লেতে, 3 of them underweight. তাহলে 3টাই underweight আছে। তাহলে কয়টা ঠিক আছে? 17, right? কয়টা ঠিক আছে বলো তো? 17. On display, a group buys 5 of the 20 packages. তারা কয়টা কিনতেছে? n equal to 5. What is the probability at least one being underweight? অন্তত একটা underweight হওয়ার probability কত? This is p of x greater than equal 1. বাট এখানে যেহেতু জাস্ট 3টাই আছে, এখানে তাহলে কত কত হতে পারে? x equal to 1 plus x equal to 2 and x equal to what? 3. 4, 5 তো নেওয়ার সুযোগ নাই। Why? Why we cannot take 4 and 5? Any idea? এটা লাস্ট কোশ্চেন, এরপর আমরা অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স নেব। বলো কেন আমরা 4, 5 নিতে পারছি না? হ্যালো, আন্ডারওয়েট আছে কয়টা? হাউ মেনি আন্ডারওয়েটস?
তিনটা স্যার।
তাহলে তুমি 3টার বেশি আন্ডারওয়েট নিতে পারবা?
নো স্যার।
এই জন্য আমরা কিছু থেমে যাব।
Sir, 2 and 3.
No, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3 sir.
It may 1 underweight ground turkey, it may 2, it may 3, but you cannot take what? 4 or 5. Okay?
More than 3 sir. Yes sir.
Calculate yourself, you'll get the desired result. So this is the end of this class. In the next class, we'll take the class test and number 3 of this exercise. Now let me know if you have any problem in this chapter. I'm taking the preparation for the attendance. Any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. But one thing I am slightly surprised, yet you haven't asked for any problem. এটা আমার কাছে কেমন যেন লাগে, তোমরা তোমাদের প্রবলেমগুলো সম্পর্কে আমাকে এস পর্যন্ত বলো না যে তোমরা কোনো প্রবলেম ফেস করতেছো। এটুকু আমার জানতে ইচ্ছে করে, কেন তোমাকে আসলে কি স্টাডি করো না, না আসলে কোনো প্রবলেম থাকে না? প্রবলেম জমাবে রাখবা না, ঠিক আছে? আমাকে জানাবা তোমাদের কি সমস্যা। হ্যাঁ,
ওকে স্যার।
ধরো মিড বা ফাইনাল যদি সব প্রবলেম একসাথে করো, একসাথে না অ্যান্সার দেওয়া খুব কষ্ট, আর তুমিও একসাথে সবকিছু মানে কভার করতে পারবা না। সো প্লিজ ডোন্ট ডু ইট। ওকে, আই এম গোইং টু টেক দ্য অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স।